Oh, sorry. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Guys, let me know if you can hear me. We are live on multiple platforms. We're live on Twitch and Twitter. We're live on Facebook. We are on the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We are live on, of course, the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. Love seeing everyone in the live chat. It's been almost a couple of weeks since we've had a live show, but as you know, you've been getting pre-recorded videos here on the channel. So be sure to check out everything that you may have missed in the last couple of weeks. Happy Sunday. I hope that you all are doing well. What's going on? Jada says, hold on, let me pull this up on YouTube. Jada says, hold on. Ooh, let me bring this down a little bit, y'all. Live stuff. Okay. Is this Kempire After Dark? It feels like that way, right? Jada says, yes, I don't even watch this show, but I missed the live so much, Kev. Thanks, Jada. Jesus says, is this Kempire After Dark? It should be, right? Isn't the set perfect for this? Lord. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're making, the set is not done. This is under construction. As you know, we're always elevating. We're always changing things up. Happy Sunday, everyone. This is our weekly recap of Belle Collective and now Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 5. They're actually calling this Season 5. Shout out to everyone watching on Facebook. I see you, Karen. I see you, Nadi. What's going on? What's going on, Denise? Watching from Louisville, Kentucky. Love it, love it, love it. Chicago's in the house. What's going on? Oh, wait, lunchtime Kempire from Staten Island. What are you doing on Staten Island? My hometown. All right. Hey, Ebony. What's going on, Judy? What's going on, Cherie? What's going on, Leo Queen? Philly John, what's going on? Shout out to our moderators, guys. Thank you to our moderators for always holding us down. We appreciate you. Uh-oh. Shut up. Shut up. Oh, Belly. Belly says, I'm in church with my AirPods. I miss Come on, hold on. This is sending me. Thank you so much for the level of commitment. Not in church. Woo, child. What's going on, San Diego? Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to do a surprise trip and come to California, y'all. Stay tuned for that. Okay, before we get into Belle Collective and what's going on, Tabby? Before we get into Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville, just what's going on? Yes, I was off for a little bit. Off. You know what off means for me. We haven't been doing live shows. But, you know, rejuvenation. You know, I quit my job almost a year ago, y'all. Next month, it will be a year since I quit my corporate job of 15 years. Can you, where does a year go? Where does a year go? Hey, Sanazo, shout out to everyone watching around. I didn't realize how many, I kind of knew how many people watch us in Africa, but I keep hearing things from people that are in Africa, just like, yeah, do you know Kempire? And blah, blah. I'm like, oh, I got to come to Africa. It's such a large continent. I want to see everywhere and everything and everyone. All right. The drama says I approve that church with Kempire. Happy Sunday, y'all. I hope you all are feeling well. Today is September 11th. So before we even do anything, shout out to anyone, friends, family that may have lost someone during September 11th. Here in New York City, it is always such a daunting day. I even contemplated, should we even go live today? But it's been a while, and I definitely wanted to go live and talk about some of the shows that we haven't been able to talk about. But as you know, anytime we talk about losing someone or death on this level of a tragedy that touched so many different lives, I always say that death always reminds us for the living to live more fully. So today, what's living more fully than being here with all of you? All right. So shout out to everyone that may have lost someone or is remembering someone today on September 11th. We are definitely keeping all of you and those that we lost in our prayers. All right. Some of you have been asking me to talk about the Ray J situation. I'm not going to talk about the Ray J situation during this live. I'm still not even sure if I'm going to do a separate video on it because nothing new came from that Ray J story, really, besides the comedy of Ray J. But I get it. Ray J's upset. Ray J is triggered because they remember that's the same lie detector guy lie detector test guy that we've seen on so many different reality shows. I don't even take him serious anymore. I really don't. And here's the thing. You can fool a lie detector test if you really believe your lies. Or if you're bought and paid, allegedly. Just saying. Just saying. So Ray J was triggered by that, understandably, because Kris Jenner went on James Corden and did a lie detector test, and this stirred the pot about that tape again. But we also have to remember season 2 of The Kardashians is coming. Already. Yeah, October. Can you believe it's going to be October? Oh my goodness. IB says, I haven't been following the Ray J story. Like, why? Yesterday, I took a little bit of time off to be in nature, to get myself together, to prepare for today, to kind of, clean up. As you know, I haven't been in the studio. So, I just was like, okay. As Kemple says, he was live on. I couldn't even keep up. And that's why I said, I'm not going to even do it. Oh, Just Being Me says, I just left New York City. I loved it. Wait, you like permanently? Hey, Brooklyn Star. Brooklyn Star says, Ray J thinks was 10 years late. He could have spoke up years ago. Why now? Well, he does talk about why now, but I'm just like, I'm just tired. I'm tired of Ray J. There's certain stories, and look, maybe I'm a pop culture snob. You guys have called me much worse, but not you guys, but you know what I'm saying. Britt Cummings says, Christmas is around the corner. That's my holiday. Look, hold on. Where's my music stuff? Hold on. Damn it. Where's my music stuff? Where's my music? Damn it. I don't have it on here. But damn it. When the music comes, it's going to come. Okay. All right. I decided to come a half hour earlier because, normally we go live around 12:30 p.m. Eastern. All right. Hey, Paterson, New Jersey. I see you, Adrian. What's going on, Denise? Okay. Everyone watching on Facebook, guys, if you haven't followed us on Facebook, you should have, because what was it? Like a couple of weeks ago, we had a tech issue on YouTube, and we were on Facebook exclusively. Okay. I did post the video here later. Anyways, let's get into this. Brooklyn Stars, baby, when Kim blocked him from the highest level of IG. I can't. I will get back to you if I'm going to even cover that story. It's Sunday. I really just want to keep it light and fun. That whole Ray J and Kim Kardashian story, I'm just like, nothing really new came from it. Okay, I have the contract receipts. We believe you, Ray J. Nothing that Ray J said, I don't believe that the Kardashians plotted and planned this whole situation. I believe Ray J. I'm just like, really right now? on our Saturday night? Anyways. Let me get into this. So Belle Collective. So we didn't get to talk about last week's episode of Belle Collective and this week's episode of Belle Collective. So I'm just going to really jump around and talk about the most important details that I want to talk about Belle Collective. So if you don't know what Belle Collective is, it's a reality show based in Jackson, Mississippi. It's a Carlos King production. It comes on OWN. That was quick. Okay, good. All right. This is their second season. And I have to say, it's been a juicy season. There's been a lot of content, and I've been interested. But I also think that there's a lot of producing going on, Letitia. I don't believe Letitia's relationship issues. I mean, I believe that they're real issues, but I feel like she's playing it up for television. Anyone else? That whole interaction with Glenn last week, I was just like, Glenn following her was dangerous in Jackson, Mississippi. And some of you may agree, but you have someone following her. But even their arguments, I'm just like, sidebar, did Glenn not have a DNA test? Do we still do not know who is the father of this child? Just asking, why don't we know? Why hasn't the child's damn near in high school? I mean, okay, I'm being dramatic. Why don't we know if you are the father or not? And we already know that Letitia's going to get back with him. I already told you, Letitia is the I'm about to call Kyle Renner, the Kyle Richards of this group. All right. And look, I'm not team anyone, but today I'm team Aikisha. I'm team Aikisha. Do I believe that Aikisha really called these women ugly? Yep. I believe that she did. I really do. This Sistervention that Tambra hosted was not a Sistervention. It was Tambra able to have a moment. Tambra turning up against her friend Aikisha, but at the same time being thrown under a bus for not wanting to be in a group chat with Aikisha. And Letitia, there's a lot of Ishas in this damn cast. Anyways, Taisha? Lord, I got a headache just from thinking about these names. Anyways. So Tambra didn't want to be in the group chat. All right. The last time we spoke about Belle Collective, we were talking about Tambra confronting her boyfriend, Damond, about Taisha and that Taisha relationship. And he was like, next question. Did we find out this last episode? Because I was sort of like in and out. They did date Taisha, but it was like years ago. But I love the fact that Latrice, I know some of you probably don't even remember who these people are. Let me start throwing some pictures up so you can even see who the cast is, because some of you probably are not even familiar. Latrice is at the top in between Aikisha and Marie in that terrible blonde wig. Okay? Sorry, Marie. Where was Marie these last couple of episodes? I mean, she was there, but she was sort of not there. But she also was having her lupus flare-ups. That's real. I'm glad we're talking about that because lupus is still happening to women. Yeah, see? Okay, Jola, I thought I was the only one that noticed that. He said 2014 or something like that. Look, I don't know what I believe with the Damond and Taisha situation, but I do believe that this relationship between Tambra and Damond is not real. And all of you were calling in and mentioning last couple of weeks ago about Rock the Runway, and all of a sudden we get Rock the Runway this week for Tambra. Tambra just feels like I said to you before, Tambra does not want to have kids. She doesn't want to marry Damond. This is not a real relationship. Latrice is saying what we're saying. She doesn't know what this relationship is. She doesn't know if this relationship is real. Something's fishy. Something is very fishy. And I love it. I love this for Latrice. Because at first I was kind of getting bored with Latrice. And the preview for Latrice talking about if she did get pregnant because she didn't get her period for a couple of weeks, couple of months, she would either have an abortion or give it up for adoption. I was like, now I'm starting to feel like this is a fake storyline because you already know that Zaddy is not going to be down for that. You already know Zaddy's not going to be down for that. So I was just like, really? But I love the fact that she's going to be dragging, no, I don't know what dragging, but calling out Tambra for her fake storyline. So she confronts Damond about the whole Taisha situation. He's like, no. I mean, I don't even feel like he said clear enough. Like, no, I messed with Taisha back in the day, but there's been nothing with Taisha ever since. Like, he hasn't been very clear about that. And that could be intentional by producers to make this more interesting. I don't know. But Tambra's story for me has been fake from the jump. I've been telling you this since we started recapping season 2. All right. Exactly. Claire says something in the buttermilk ain't clean with Tambra and Damond. And I'm not even that interested in figuring it out. I'm not. Anyways, but all kinds of things stirred at this Sistervention that Tambra was hosting between her and Aikisha because Aikisha's being called out for calling the ladies ugly. And kind of, that's not exactly what Aikisha said. Aikisha's like, ain't no cute girls in Jackson, Mississippi anymore. Basically, she didn't call them ugly. I don't think anyone is ugly on this cast. I do think that Marie's wigs are ugly. I don't like that. I don't feel like they really highlight her beauty. But I don't think anyone, let me think. Anyone ugly on this cast? Well, look, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Britt says Tambra may be friends with Robin Dixon. Oh, stay tuned, guys. I cannot wait to start recapping The Real Housewives of Potomac. While we were away, the trailer for that dropped. If you missed it, I talked a little bit about it in one of my videos where I was covering something else. I can't remember which one, but you guys can check that out if you haven't already. All right. So let's continue because I do want to get into Love and Marriage Huntsville. That is back, season 5. I thought it was going to be a part 2 to their season 4, but apparently they heard us. No, but they came back anyway. Anyways, let's start fresh. Okay. So this Sistervention blows up and Tamra is losing her mind on Aikisha because Aikisha says, that's a lie. I never said that. And then Tamra's like, yes, you did. And I believe that Aikisha said it. I believe that she said it. But Tamra turning up the way that she did, I was like, girl, you were so desperate to have a moment. Anyways, sidebar, why would what you call it? Latrice say that to Aikisha about you were born into a family that didn't want you? That to me was below the belt. Right? Anyone else? Hey, Melisha, watching from California on Facebook. I see you. Look, that was below the belt. Her calling you ugly, allegedly, which you don't know for a fact, but saying to her you were born into a family that didn't want you. Then we find out a little bit more about Aikisha's story and how, she was adopted. I love how they try to shade the Bronx and us Northerners here on this show. But Aikisha's not from the North. Her husband is, who I love. Her husband is great reality TV. His commentary is hilarious. Him on that fishing trip with the other guys, those guys are a mess. And so Gucci's husband, is it JJ? What's his name? And that Struggle Braid or Struggle Braids, he's a mess. And I didn't love the fact that he got on this Rock the runway and was throwing cash at his wife. She's not a stripper, and there's nothing wrong with being a stripper. Down in the valley with the girls getting it. Oh, sorry. Back. Look, the set got me thinking that's Kempire After Dark. I didn't like that. Jumping on stage, throwing cash at your wife? Really? Is that what we're doing? But he already gives me that vibe. Like he has no coof. Something about him. But what I will give them was that scene with his daughters and Soguchi's daughter. That felt very real to me. Can you imagine being the only girl coming in with a group of girls? It felt like very Mean Girl-ish. However, I believe all of them had probably a point and they had their own perception of what was going on. That was a sad scene for me. But I really feel like Belle Collective has so much going on this season that we don't need a Tamra. Tamra can go. After they drag her for this fake storyline. And Latrice apparently is going to do the dragging. I appreciate Latrice because I really needed someone to call her out for this fake relationship. Britt says he looks special, a hamster look. Oh, JJ is embarrassing. Oh, goodness. I didn't like that. Hey, sweet Cherry. Guys, you're just joining us. This is our weekly recap of Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video. Yes, we are live a little bit earlier than usual, but I wanted to kind of, get this going because we had a lot to cover. We had to talk about episode 6 and 7 of Belle Collective. But I'm sort of jumping around. It's okay because it's all the same. Not a lot is happening. Letitia and these constant issues with Glenn. Glenn still doesn't know if that child is his or not. Letitia, we already know you're going to go back with Glenn. These constant arguments, the argument at your kid's birthday party felt produced. Why are you having cameras at the birthday party? Because she's producing this season. Like, I don't believe Letitia's story. I believe that Glenn has been a problem for her for many years. But do we believe that she's going to actually leave Glenn? No. Glenn turning up for the cameras, he could barely believe his own lies. He's always a little smirking. Anyone notice that? He's always smirking. But I feel like Belle Collective this season has been good so far. I do feel as if some of the stuff that we're getting from Belle Collective is a little too pre-produced. A little too pre-produced. And Latrice doesn't really have much of a storyline. I know this season is about her, if she's going to have children or not. It just feels like we get that storyline from so many different people. And I hate when people use that as a storyline if it's not real. But, you know, when we talked about Latrice and she was talking with her mom a couple of weeks ago, I was like, okay, I can see this being a real story for her. But then seeing the preview for next week where Latrice is talking about, well, if I did get pregnant, I would have an abortion or give the baby up for adoption. So you're saying you don't want children. And that's okay. But I just need you to say you do not want children. Zaddy's weird to me. He always gives me creeps vibes. A lot of these guys keep giving me creep vibes. I'm trying to think of one husband that doesn't give me creep vibes. The only one that doesn't is not even from here. He's from the Bronx and apparently has a lot of money too. He's got a mansion in Jersey. Just saying. Look, just saying. All right. Hold on, y'all. If you haven't already, guys, get your coldest water bottle. It's been a while since we talked about coldest. Get your coldest water bottle, but they don't just have water bottles. They just added a couple of new things on the coldest website. Head on over to coldest.com, but don't forget to use the discount code KEMP10. That's 10% off of your order. And by purchasing something and using that discount code, you're also going to help build the Kempire and what we do here. So thank you in advance. I saw even when we were away, some of you were buying some things from Coldest and using our discount code. So thank you to all of you that have been supporting. If you're just joining us, this is our Sunday afternoon, a live show. It's been a couple of weeks since we've had a live show. Don't forget, we will be live tonight for our Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion watch party. And not KFC reaching out to me. No. More details on my TikTok tonight, guys. If you're not following at TheKempire on TikTok, if we're not there, check my Kempire Daily Instagram. That means TikTok may have been having an issue. We're also going to watch Married to Medicine as well. Okay. Right? Oh, I agree. Queen says more real estate with Soguchi would be great. Like, I like Soguchi. I fell for Soguchi in her scene with her daughter and her stepdaughters because I really feel like that's a real issue for them. And it did get a little painful to watch. So Gucci and her modern, we love real estate. We love real estate. I'm trying to manifest a real estate show. Why not? You would watch it if I hosted a real estate show where we went around and looked at real estate. Like, forget all these other people doing real estate. You want layman's terms. You want somebody that's going to look at the things that you want to look at. Under the bed, around the closet, sit in the closet, enjoy the closet. Not me in the closet. Oh, happy Sunday. Yeah. Ebony says, hold on. Ebony says, so Gucci's scene was with her family was impactful. Yeah, we want more of that. We don't want Tambra and her fake storyline. However, so many of you were talking about, I want to see Tambra's, infamous rock the runway, and we did. And we also got to see, what was her name, the publicist with the body, and she was Miss Atlanta. Wow. Yes, Miss Adrian, can you imagine? Miss Adrian's a real estate agent. All right, look, I have a slight headache today. I don't know why. I had some coffee, but I don't know. We're gonna take it easy. Okay, back to this. Let me focus. So Belle Collective. What else did I miss about Belle Collective that I wanted to talk about? So we still don't know who is the real father of Glenn's child. Letitia is still fighting with Glenn. Glenn is following her or is having her followed around town. All right. Marie and Latrice are in a better place. Not sure how we got here so quickly, but we are here. All right. Not Mel the Stallion. Oh, Melanie. Thank you. The publicist says Melanie, not Mel the Stallion. Beautiful woman. Oh, what was I watching? Melanie was at She by Sheree. Did you guys notice that? Melanie, the publicist, she was at the She by Sheree. Oh, damn, She by Sheree. Acme says I'm hungover. I don't drink Acme. If this is how you feel after drinking all night, this is exactly why I don't drink. Thank you, sure. I love my community. My community knows me. You guys know me. And she's like, he doesn't drink. I don't. And I wouldn't lie about that. Why would I lie about that? People think I'm not cool because I don't drink. People judge me because I don't drink. How dare you? Hey, Vessel of Yah. I like that name. Anyways, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Appreciate you all being here for our Sunday Live. We're talking a little bit about Belle Collective. But what else did I want to say about Belle Collective before we move on? Oh, so the Sistervention with Aikisha. And Letitia says, I invited you to the table. And Aikisha was like, well, if you're going to invite me to the table, make sure that your dishes are clean. But I've been saying this the entire time. Letitia had a great idea. However, Letitia doesn't seem to have the money or the means to make Fair Street happen. You know who does? Aikisha. So Aikisha, at this reunion, I need you to quote me and says, you may have invited me to the table, but I built this table. Team Aikisha. Look, Team Aikisha. Okay. Philly John says, are we out of practice? Just like the video, just hit the like button, right? All right. Hey, Danielle. Where's Danielle been? All right. Someone liked the video, but they disliked the video. It's okay. I don't care. All right. I'll see. This is why we get along, Judy. Judy says, I get judged too for not drinking. Okay. Oh, Ebony says, so Gucci's daughter, D, seemed negative. JJ's daughter seemed exhausted by D at the time of the scene. It's clear that D has anger and needs therapy. Yeah, that's why I feel for So Gucci's daughter, because I feel like it was a gang up. And I think they can't help because they're 3 biological sisters, but she feels left out. So Gucci's daughter feels left out. She feels judged. She feels separated from these women, these young women. So I kind of felt for her, and I'm not saying that she's innocent either. I just feel like they all have their perception of the situation. But if you are in a mixed family like this, then you can probably relate to what is going on in this situation. I can't relate, but I could sense. All right. Ebony says Letitia and Tambra disliked the video. We only have one dislike. So it was probably Tambra and that voice. All right. I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to mention in regards to Belle Collective, because I didn't want to go through every single scene from Belle Collective this week, just because I do feel like some of it's being very forced. Tambra is trying to produce a situation. This last episode at Rock the Runway, Damon confronts Letitia about talking about Taisha. He denies it. Tambra comes over with security. She had security, and security all of a sudden comes in and tries to separate them to avoid any further conversation, probably, of this whole situation, because Tambra is afraid that the truth might come out. Anyone notice, again, body language experts, when Damon gave her the flowers and was sort of like, she sort of like leaned in. Why did you kiss that man? I don't believe this relationship, Tambra, but look, you decided that this was going to be your storyline. Preview for next week. He wants to move in. If you move in with this man and not get engaged to this man, it's so fake. I hate when people come on reality TV and force fakeness to us. We will talk about the fakery of 90 Day Fiancé on our Tuesday takeover. Don't forget, Tuesday, every single Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, we talk about 90 Day Fiancé. We talk about reality TV news. We talk about pop culture news. So stay tuned for that. We got to talk about a bunch of stuff this Tuesday. We got to talk about Ariel, part of this world. Halle Bailey. Tear. We're going to talk about it. And maybe we'll talk about Ray J on Tuesday. But on Monday, don't forget we have our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and then our Married to Medicine recap at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. So stay tuned for that. All right. So what else did I want to say about the Sistervention? Nothing else. I think I got it. Guys, we will be dropping the call-in link for members only today, just because I know I'm not going to be able to get through all callers today. But like the video is an easy and free way of supporting the channel. We appreciate all of you taking time out of your Sunday to be here for our Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville recap. Speaking of Love and Marriage Huntsville, I posted in the Kempire Daily YouTube live chat a poll asking you how you would rate Love and Marriage Huntsville's episode this week. Season 5. They're calling this season 5. I thought it was just going to be a part 2 to season 4. They're saying, according to YouTube TV, this is season 5, episode 1. Okay. Ebony says, yeah, the Little Mermaid has dreadlocks. Yes, baby. Oh, man. I can't wait. Trish says, JJ and his 3 daughters were on Bring It Dancing show for years. He acted out on the show. Yes, some of you pointed that out as well. So these girls are not unfamiliar to reality TV either. Okay. Melissa says, one of JJ's twin daughters is pregnant and married. Okay. How old are they? They look so young. But you know how we do. Black people. Okay. Catherine says, Tamara's voice is annoying to me. A lot of people. All right. Ooh, Common Sense says, I didn't like Love and Marriage Huntsville last night. Well, let's talk about it. That's a perfect segue. So season 5 of Love and Marriage Huntsville premiered last night. And this is when we normally do our recaps of it. So let's get into it. Let me just bring up my notes. Okay. When are we giving, Carlos, I know you watch. Carlos, when are we producing a reality show for Dr. Francis? Or is Dr. Francis not interested? If it doesn't happen, it's because Dr. Francis is not interested in doing it. We need Dr. Francis's version of Fix My Relationship. All right? We've been saying this for a while now. You knew what we needed in this first episode, and it's an episode full of Dr. Francis. Dr. Francis had a confessional, y'all. Not Dr. Francis having a confessional. Okay. Oh, Kat on Facebook. Kat on Facebook says, Clinton, Maryland. Thank you for watching, Kat. She says, welcome back, Kempire. First, my church online, and now you. Way to round out my Sunday morning. Amen. Amen. Shout out to all of you that are coming here from church. We appreciate you. All right. Let me get back into this. Yeah. Jola says Dr. Francis was the show. He was definitely the show. Okay. Are they in their early 20s? Okay. Thanks, Philly John. Team Dr. Francis. Yeah. Dr. Francis was everything. Everything to me. All right, let me get into this. Because I know a lot of you are going to have plenty of things to say. Uh-oh, not the lights flashing behind me. Look, uh-oh. It's all right. Where's my, to make sure these are working, y'all. You know when we are doing new things in the studio, so bear with us. Bear with us if things change, okay? It is what it is. All right. So let me take a sip. All right. So Dr. Francis is hosting the couples, except, of course, Melody. So as you know, Melody and Martel ended last week's episode. Well, not last week's, a couple of months ago at this point. Where did the summer go? All right. So Melody and Martel, we have that awkward scene. It was a nothing scene. It was nice to see them together. But then when we get the full scene, it's like, okay, he brought the kids because, she was hosting that event. It was a monumental event. And of course, he wanted credit for bringing the kids, to her event, even though she didn't bring the kids to his event. All right. Oh, my Lord. Look, oh, my Lord. So he brings the kids. And like I said, it was an awkward scene. He gives her a high five. It's like, it was nothing to talk about. We're going to move on from there. Okay. So the couples counseling trip that they were hosting in Tennessee. Okay. With Dr. Francis and his wife. So the first to arrive was Kimmy and Maurice. And Maurice says he's fixed. And we're all like, Maurice, you're not fixed. You might need to be fixed, but you're not fixed. Preview for the upcoming season. Is Kimmy going to have a health scare? Is Kimmy okay? I'm concerned. Tabby says, uh-oh. Thank you for the reminder, Tabby. Tabby says, where did the summer go? Story of a teacher's life. Thank you for the reminder. Don't forget, guys, we are still doing our back to school fundraiser for teachers where we're trying to help teachers fulfill their Amazon wish list. A link is available in the description of this video. Mods, if we can post it in the live chat as well. You all have been so amazing with fulfilling these teachers' Amazon wish lists. I went to go see if there was things that I could buy. I was like, damn, some of these lists are almost fully complete. You guys are amazing. Amazing. Thank you for that. But we're going to continue to fulfill the other folks that are on this list. So please feel free to start from the bottom and work your way up, or just scroll and just like, yeah, I'm going to go to that particular one. Let's help these teachers fulfill their Amazon wish list. Thank you to everyone that has donated or even shared the link. We appreciate you guys. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Philly John. Shout out to our moderators, guys. Don't forget to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Tamara says it's breast cancer. I don't want to see, Kimmy has our heart. We love Kimmy. Don't we? Look, don't we? Right? Don't we?
Don't be rude. I'm sorry, what? Don't be rude.
I'm sorry. I had to. I love that. All right, let me open up my notes. Wait. Elsa said, I think maybe her son or family member who has a health crisis. No, weren't they cutting off her hair? I think it's Kimmy who has the health crisis. Well, we shall see. Everyone's so caught up on Martel and Melody and their drama. I know a lot of you were hitting me up. Kempire, did you see Melody and Martel going back and forth on social media? And I've told you countless times, I'm not going to cover. Well, I'll cover it when I can. But I was just like, come on. I didn't want to fall for the okie doke. This was just very convenient timing for them. All this drama happening right before the season premiere of season 5. And all the back and forth. I was like, y'all need to just go to court. Just go to court. We don't need all of these receipts that you're posting on social media. These people are damn near 40, posting all of this stuff on social media. And I know what you're saying. All of them, people in your own life that do this stuff on social media. You're like, what the hell are you posting stuff on social media? It couldn't be me. Yeah. See, Jacqueline says, yeah, they were cutting off her hair. Very unfortunate. Yeah. I guess we will see. We will talk more about it and see how this will play out. But let's just talk about what happened in episode 1 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. So the Melody and Martel scene at the top really was a nothing scene. Nothing really happened. They didn't really talk. It was very awkward. Okay. Then we go into the scene of the couples arriving on this Dr. Francis trip. All right. Let me take a sip. Excuse me. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, that went down the wrong pipe. All right. So Kimmy and Maurice show up first. Then Tiffany and Louis show up next. Tiffany and Louis were really being dragged to the carpet. Is Tiffany and Louis off the show as full-time cast members? Because they weren't in the intro. All of you might be happy about that. But for them to be taken off as full-time cast members, it makes me wonder. I mean, I don't think they were ever full-time cast members. I think because, look, they were never in the promo. It's always been these guys for the promo. So we might be reading into that. Okay. Anyways, so they were being dragged in this because Tiffany, before, Marceau and Tisha even arrived, because they were late and this is their trip. But Tisha, one of her very good friends, passed away. But Tiffany's like, oh, I have to take a business call. Dr. Francis didn't like this. And at first I didn't see the big deal in it until Dr. Francis broke it down. Oh, Randa says, no, they were in the intro. Okay. I just saw a comment. I was like, did I miss something? Okay. So they were in the intro, but they're not on the promo. So it makes me wonder, like, what are they considered on the show? What exactly is Tiffany and Louis considered on the show? They're not even in the main cast promo. IB says, I saw those jokers in the intro. Wishful thinking for Tiff and Lowe. See, this is why I can't listen to commenters, because I was like, were they not? Anyways. All right. So Tiffany takes this half-hour business call. And like I said, I didn't see an issue with it until Dr. Francis laid out what it was and why it was an issue. And the fact that Louis didn't see an issue with it either was part of the problem. Dr. Francis was really breaking down a lot of stuff that I was like, wow, I never thought of it that way. KK says Dr. Francis is 100% right. Because here's the thing. If you've committed to a counseling weekend, a couples weekend, this is not just, oh, we're hanging out. No, this is we're going to therapy with Dr. Francis and, oh, I have to take a half hour out. And Tiffany found all kinds of excuses. But the fact that Louis also was just like, he sort of threw her under the bus. He's like, well, you're just going to have to talk to her about it. No, if you're okay with it, you should stand in it and support your wife. I'm like, well, you know, this was a call that she couldn't reschedule. He didn't even say that. He was like, well, you'll have to address that with her. What? They have issues, but as you know, they came onto this show acting like they are a perfect couple and very transparent and asking everyone else to be transparent. Danielle says Louis has an issue, but he's too busy trying to protect Tiffany. Okay. All right. Maybe. But it doesn't end there with Tiffany, because we find out later during this counseling session that Tiffany, did we know that Tiffany's adopted parents were addicts? I didn't know that. So she's had a few different traumas in her life, you know, being adopted, then, you know, being abandoned by her biological parents. And then her adopted parents were addicted to drugs. Then, of course, her divorce and things like that. And Dr. Francis says the reason why you want this baby is not because you want a baby. You want someone that's going to always be there, because now your other kids are growing up and leaving the nest. And we've heard and seen this before in other couples. IB says, Lou's too soft. Tiff, where's the pants? Where's the pants? I like quiet Stormy opposed to loud Stormy. I mean, I like a sound bowl. You know, we love that kind of stuff. We did get a scene with Melody and Stormy, and it was a very different Stormy than we've gotten from last season. Not sure if that was intentional. She has her Zen room. I need to create a Zen room. Just saying. Daniel brings up a good question. How were they able to adopt her? Who knows? Maybe they put on a good front. There are a lot of people walking around with addictions that you would never know. You would never know. Right? I was confused. Tisa says Tiffany led us to believe her adopted parents were great. And maybe they were, but apparently they had issues. They had issues that she had to grow up with. But I feel like that was like, wow, we didn't know this part of her story. Between Louis and her, Dr. Francis was really breaking them down. And Kimmy was producing, because Kimmy was even questioning Tiffany. Like, she's like, first of all, you can't give 100 at work and 100 at home. That's impossible. She was also calling her out like, well, you keep bringing up the issue of, yeah, you want to have a baby, but there's no time and da-da-da-da. So stop trying to make it seem like everything's perfect to Dr. Francis when you've been telling us otherwise. Elsa says, go to your prayer closet for peace. Tamara says, Stormy has money. Did y'all see her horses? She does have money. We've talked about, before Stormy was even a cast member on this show, you guys were pointing out like she owns this, hair care business. Like, she's doing very, very well for herself. Hey, Mo Reality. Mo Reality says Kimmy was on point calling them out. Yeah, she was producing this episode multiple times. She was producing, especially when it comes with Tiffany and Louis and them trying to pretend to be one way. And Dr. Francis was breaking it down. He was breaking it down for them. But I felt like, although they had their walls up, I felt like those walls were slowly coming down. Tears were coming down. Sweat was coming down Louis's head. Just saying. Dina says, Dr. Francis, fix my life coming soon. I'm here for it. Daniel says, is it impossible to give 100 at work and at home? Isn't it two different energies? I mean, I thought that, but I get what Kimmy is trying to say. It depends on what you consider 100. Everyone's perception of giving 100% at work and 100 at home is different. Now, in a pandemic, you're at home and working. Is it possible? Not sure. Is there some level of a balance? Maybe. But when you have kids, a husband, that's a lot. And now she wants to have more kids? Nadi on Facebook says, why didn't Martel, I think you meant Martel, help Sheree's fashion show? Because it would have been a hot mess if he did. We haven't spoken about Sheree's website's down. She by Sheree. Apparently, this relationship might play out a little bit, or at least a conversation about Martel and Sheree's relationship is going to play out during the season, I think. Speaking of Martel, so we had a non-scene with his mom. Because apparently they're foreshadowing an issue with Martel's mom and Melody. Because Melody, during her conversation with Stormy, she talked about the mom as well. During Martel's scene with his mom, they talk about Melody. And she's like, I don't have an issue with Melody. She's the mother of my grandchildren. I have no issue having a conversation with her. But they haven't seen each other since 2021. Damn. But I like how they bring up the receipts of some of the things that Martel's mom has said about Melody. And I have to agree with Melody that I don't think that Melody's lazy. The reason why Melody is able to do what she's been able to do is because of her own work ethic. I don't believe that even when Martel's mom said, oh, I feel like she was driving him to work so hard and da-da-da-da. I was like, I don't think so. But certain moms, especially with their boys, are never going to see wrong in their boys. And that's why Martel is the way that he is and hasn't taken any ownership for what he did to his own family and his own life. No confirmation on whether or not he passed the builder's exam. Ebony, what? Ebony says, Miss Marlene is so problematic. She's a retired pick-me. Damn, not a retired pick-me. Not a retired pick-me. Guys, we have over almost 700 people watching just on YouTube, but we also have quite a few people watching on Twitch, Twitter, and on Facebook. If you haven't liked us on Facebook, like us, The Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe to the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. I do have not last week's, but the previous week's episode that the video version will be coming out on there. So stay tuned for that. Be sure to like this video because it's an easy and free way of supporting not just our channel, but also other channels that talk about similar topics. Yes, you see the studio is under construction. This is not the final version, but I still have to have stuff behind me. You know what I mean? I still have stuff behind me. Can't just be plain. You know what I mean? That's Palm Springs. Palm Springs. Never been. It's like retro Palm Springs. All right. Ranger says a retired pick-me. Oh my. I've never heard that. I love it. All right. Let's move on. And I will be dropping the call-in link for members only today just because I have somewhere to be. I'm also not feeling 100%. I woke up this morning with a headache. So I'm like, all right, we'll take some callers. We'll get back into more callers tomorrow for our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap. And yes, I did see all of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills stories that were coming out. On some level, I like reporting on what we've heard happen, but at the same time, I want to kind of be surprised. And I think that's part of the reason why when people watch the episodes, they're like, because they've already heard everything that have come out from the season and from the reunion. So it's like, damn, can we have any surprises? And I also saw a lot of misinformation, people trying to be funny, just posting up whatever. So I was like, it was hard to decipher from what's real and what's not real. So once we see the reunion, we'll talk more about it. We'll get into that this week. We'll talk more about it. If you just joined us, don't forget we will be live tonight on TikTok exclusively for our Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion watch party. And we will be watching Married to Medicine as well. I'll talk more about the KFC email that I got. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Follow me at TheKempire. More links are available in the description of this video. So be sure to follow me there. All right. So we had the scene with Martel's mom. We had the scene with Melody and Stormy. For me, those were like nothing scenes, but I see they're trying to set us up for the issues between Melody and Martel's mom, Marlene, for probably a future scene or future issues in this season. Okay. Really, this episode that for me was Dr. Francis breaking down all these relationships, specifically Tiffany and Louis's relationship, because they really tried to make it seem like their relationship was so perfect. But as you saw in last season, we were seeing the cracks in the surface for their relationship. But we were also breaking down why they are having these issues. And Dr. Francis is not a reality TV psychologist. You know, some of these psychologists, you're like, what the hell? However, Dr. Francis makes so much sense. Shout out to Danielle. Thank you for being a member of our royal court for 14 months. Confetti to you. Thank you. Guys, if you'd like to become a member of the channel, it's simple. If you're watching from YouTube, just click the join button below this video or head on over to TheKempire.com/join. Okay? All right. Ooh, High Vibe says, I wish Carlos had some type of social media clause with the cast. We know way too much. He does have a social media clause with the cast. He likes it when they post on social media because it promotes his show. That's why he doesn't put a kibosh on it. He likes it. It helps the show. Penny's point of view says, Dr. Francis is good. He was hitting some good. Like, I felt like I learned something from watching Dr. Francis. And Dr. Francis getting a confessional. This is the first time, right? Has he had a confessional before? Either way, he needed one. He is such a wealth of knowledge. And I still want to see the Dr. Francis Fix My Relationship show because I would watch it. I would watch that. I felt like that's what we were watching, a preview for his show. Maybe that's why they did it. Yeah. Ebony says, right, Kempire. Dr. Francis is educated in his field and experience. He is the GOAT. He is. And he makes so much sense. And I have to say that was my favorite part of the episode. Like everything else, the drama that's to come with Martel and Melody, I don't care. So many of you have said countless times that you're over the drama between Melody and Martel. So many of you said it, but apparently not. Because I have to say, when we report on the drama that goes on offline with these two, you guys eat it up. So you're not really over it. Some of you are. I'm overseeing it. I was actually happy to see them come together and see, for the first time, some peace. Because they're sweet kids. Did you guys notice when the kids got in the car with Martel and his mom, how polite they were? I was like, look at these polite children. Gotta suffer with these parents. Sidebar. Y'all know we love the singing bowl. You know we love our Palo Santo. You know we love our crystals. Last night was a full moon. The moon was beautiful. You know what we do? I made some moon water. Ain't playing. Danielle says Dr. Francis was the best part of last night. I agree. And thank you, Nightbot. Yes, guys, don't forget to check out our Black Label merch at houseofkempire.com. Danielle says, do we have any real relationship counseling shows? The only relationship counseling shows that I've seen has been on OWN. All the other relationship shows are like competition shows, and I'm not interested in that. That's why I really haven't been covering Married at First Sight and things like that. I like Married at First Sight, but covering it, I'm like, ugh. Or some of the relationship shows on OWN, like Ready to Love. I'm like, I'm not interested. I tried. I was like, I can't. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. And Julie says, don't watch this show, but we'll always support you. Thank you, Julie. We appreciate that. IB says, what's moon water? Moon water is just when you have a full moon, you put out a water in a glass jar or container, and you put it under the moonlight, bring it out before the sun rises, and you drink it. You can manifest stuff with it. We'll talk more about that in a podcast, but that's moon water. All right. What else did I want to talk about in regards to this? Oh, Stormy Zen Room. There we go. So Stormy Zen Room, we got a whole different Stormy. Stormy even looked different. She even looked different. And the singing bowls, those singing bowls aren't cheap either. I mean, she got it. Look, she got it. And she was talking about what they represent. I was like, okay, all right. I love a singing bowl. We should do one on our members only live stream. I don't have a singing bowl though. Or singing bowls. All right. Oh my goodness. Safe travels to Heather. She said, just sat down to eat at the airport, waiting on my next flight. Safe travels. Hey, Mocha. Mocha says, sidebar, didn't Love is Blind come out with another installment on Friday? Did it? I know a couple of the couples broke up from Love is Blind. See, that's a show that we have recapped and I've enjoyed. But those couples have broken up. Season 1's couples are still going strong. All right. Let me drop the call-in link before we move on. I'm going to drop the call-in link for our members only, Royal Court members first. So let me just drop this call-in link so you guys can call in and share your thoughts on Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville. Hold on. I need to, first of all, pick this up. There we go. There we go. There we go. I have way too many windows open. There we go. All right. So if you're a Royal Court member, head on over to the community tab on YouTube. I've posted the call-in link there. All right. And if you are a Team Kempire member, I'll be posting the call-in link shortly thereafter. And we're just taking member calls today. We'll get back to more callers later on tomorrow. If I feel up to it. Look, if I feel up to it. Just because I'm not feeling the greatest today. Okay. Hold on. Let me change this to this. Okay. All right. And if you haven't already, guys, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. We have quite a few people already in the building. We have almost 700 people watching our recap of Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville. But if you're a part of the replay crew, I want to know where you're watching from, how you would rate Belle Collective, this last episode, and how you would rate Love and Marriage Huntsville from 1 to 10. And your thoughts on the season so far of Belle Collective and what you thought of the premiere episode for Love and Marriage Huntsville. All right. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying in the live chat first, and then we'll start taking some callers. Wait, hold on. IB here promoting Mel's. IB says Mel has 30% off a sale on her skincare line. I checked it out. Okay. Thank you so much, Elle Singleton. I missed you guys too. Riri says Stormy has a bag. I followed her on IG. Her stories are funny. Okay. She and Mel looked great without makeup, right? I'm glad you pointed that out. They did look great without makeup. I was like, okay. LaShawn says, wait, does Dr. Francis take Blue Cross Blue Shield? Oh, thank you so much, IB. I think I just need to take some Tylenol. I don't know what it is. You know, sometimes I try to do everything else before taking like a Tylenol, but I think we might need a Tylenol. Okay. Let me get into these callers. Okay, let's get into some callers. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna bring up Brooklyn Star first. What's going on, Brooklyn Star?
Hey, Kempire.
How are you?
I'm good. You were missed on these streets. It
Oh,
was pretty boring without you.
oh, thank you. Well, before I forget, Brooklyn Star, someone told me I got a little message from Chanel Ion, and she says she loves your commentary when you call in.
I love her. Thank you. Oh
I
my
I forgot to mention it.
God. It's super hard. Oh my
I meant to mention it during our last live recap because she had DM'd me that. And I was like, oh, I'll definitely tell her.
Oh
But
my
yeah.
God. I'm so gag. Period.
What are your thoughts on Belle Collective or Love and Marriage Huntsville?
Okay, I want to say for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Dr. Francis is so refreshing and so needed because he's not in it for the fame.
Yeah.
Because remember when Melanie had that witch doctor, I guess they referred to her that one season they got divorced. That lady went bonkers for the fame of it all. Dr.
Oh.
Francis, I believe him and his wife are probably like church leaders in their community or something because they really are about what they're saying and preaching. And I thought it was so unprofessional the way these people were wasting their time and being late.
Mm,
I felt very like much disrespected for them.
mm,
Honey, let me tell you, that Dr. Francis got under Tiffany's skin with the facts of her life. Okay, I've never seen somebody so mad about their own truth.
mm,
Uh, Tiffany and Louis are on here for the wrong reasons. They're trying to throw multiple stories out there to see if something will catch, and they're getting caught up in lies and
mm,
confusion. Um, God forgive me, but I did not. I would that scene with Tisha and Marcel about the friend. Something about it did not touch me. I felt like not a dry eye, like dry cry. I don't know.
Something felt off.
Something was very off. It did not feel something was off. I felt very fraudulent around that situation because I'm not coming up there. Okay. My good friend, I can't make this trip. I'm no good to no one.
Mm,
Something was very off. Um, Let me tell you, I got a real key off the fact that Martel pulled out his mom driveway, drove around the block just to pick up his mom from the home we all know he's living in. Okay. Those kids were not shocked that grandma was in the front seat. Okay. Not like, oh, hi, grandma. No, Martel's living at his mom's house, child. That was like ridiculous. One thing I can say is um, Carlos began caught up in his own lies too, because Carlos was on another YouTuber this week saying he knew a month ahead of time about Sheree and Martel, but on his podcast with Melanie, he's just like, I found out when everybody else found out. Look at but look at an interview he did with a male YouTuber, and then look at the podcast with him and
who?
Melanie. Y'all better start telling Carlos y'all business, okay? Because he's here for self. He's not here for y'all. Stop thinking that Carlos is your friend. Carlos' first friend is his paycheck, child. Stop telling him y'all business. But that's all I'm saying. But see if y'all caught that, or if I'm wrong, let me know. But that's what I think. I think he got caught up in some lies. That's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
But that's all I miss you, Kempire. Please let
Thank.
us know when you're going out of town in advance.
I will. I will. Thank you so much, Brooklyn Star, for calling in.
No problem. Bye.
Bye. You guys are hilarious. Okay. All right. We're going to get to some more callers just because, wow, our Royal Court members are backstage. Life of Deshunta, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Life of Deshunta?
Hi, Kempire.
How are you?
Good. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I feel like my cousin is back from out of town.
What's going on?
So I'm gonna keep it short. Two things from Belle Collective. One thing that stood out was when one of JJ's daughters said to D, so Gucci's daughter, like, you didn't accept my dad, you didn't accept us. So it's kind of like the kids didn't have that foundation, or they wasn't guided into being a blended family. So
Mm,
it could be resentment from both sides, or D being mama's little girl because she was the only girl, and her brother. Now you got three girls and they loud daddy.
Not that
So
loud, Daddy.
Dr. Francis, if you could drive to Mississippi, that would be appreciated. And also at the fashion show, why was Glenn the only husband recording Mel the Stallion, Mel the Brick House? He had his phone up skinning and grinning. And why Letitia didn't knock that phone out of his hand?
Right?
Like, girl, like, control yourself, Glenn. Like, you can't even control yourself in front of the cameras or your wife.
Nope.
So, yeah, and Married to Medicine, it was back. It's like we saw everything on social media. So now it's like, fast forward through Mel and Martel. We already know y'all back, arguing and fighting. So,
Yeah.
but it was interesting to see Dr. Francis like break down that wall with Lewis and Tiffany. And
Yes.
also, I was cheering Kimmy on, like, get her, Kimmy, get Tiffany, because we haven't forgot you came on and said Monster was vaping in the bathroom.
Oh,
Like, that was yes, a 12-year-old. You came on and attacked and put his business out there. But
good point.
anyway, yeah. All right, so I'm gone.
All
I'll be
right.
back listening.
Thank you, Life to
Talk to you
Shanta.
later.
Take care.
All right.
Bye. All right. Okay, hold on. Okay, my Taurus sister. Tracy says that Carlos said on his podcast and DJ Richie, he knows weeks ahead of time, but when he was talking to Melody, he said he found out at the same time. I think the Love and Marriage Huntsville cats found out the same time before the blogs. Okay. All right. I mean, do I still believe Carlos King and everything that he says? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Hold on, y'all. Did I drop the call link for Team Kempire members? Hold on. Let me just make sure I did. And if I didn't, no, I didn't. So let me just drop it. If you are a Team Kempire member of the channel, I've dropped the call link for you guys to call in as well. Right now, we are just taking Royal Court members, and we got quite a few backstage. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't drop it for everyone. Sorry, y'all. But Adrian's backstage. We're going to bring her up next. What's going on, Adrian?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to go close the door. My son's got music playing in the background. I don't want you to get straight.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so first of all, Belle Collective has got 2 points. Tambra is not Akeisha's friend. She has some deep-rooted issues. They go back to high school together and some mean girl clique, pretty girl clique. I remember that growing up. So, but all these years later, she still seemed to have an issue because she said she didn't want to be in the group chat with her. And I want to know why not. They didn't address that. The colorism conversation between the sisters was very interesting.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Because obviously Sanjay and all them girls, and I remember watching them girls when they were in high school on Bring It, and now to see them, college age and growner, but they made a good point, and obviously you could tell from my photo, I'm a lighter skinned woman, but I've had that conversation with my browner skin friends and family members, and it's hard, and we shed a lot of tears, right? And so the conversation ends up becoming, what do you want me to do about my skin color in this interpersonal relationship? Not society at large, not the history of it, but in between us, what do you want me to do about it? But to my browner skin counterpart, that's what I feel like gaslighting. You feel me? So it's hard to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard. So that was interesting, and I recognized that conversation because I've had it, right? So Love and Marriage Huntsville, I can't stand Marlene and mothers like her. She is in an emotionally incestuous relationship with her son.
Oh,
She forgave him the same way she would forgive her own man.
damn.
And that's ridiculous. I have 2 sons, 2 beautiful black boys my husband and I are raising. And I told my husband I wanted to put a no F boy clause in their trust funds. He thought I was crazy. I said, I'm dead serious. I am raising God fearing, righteous family men. I'm not raising F boys. You get out here and act a fool and act in no manner other than what I raised you, you want to hear it nothing. I'm not going to be working this hard for this family legacy and for the stuff I keep should be talking about. That's the kind of stuff you want. And then you got your son out here acting. I'm not going to be making excuses for that as much as I love you. But no, you cheated on your wife and run around, had your penis up and down between Atlanta and Huntsville and everywhere in between, and over here with this girl, and created a whole life. And I'm not going to excuse that. And that's exactly what she did. And still has never held him accountable for that. And I feel like for as much as she claims she loved Mel, I feel like she might be kind of envious of Mel's place in his life. Dr. Francis, I'm here for. He does remind me of the, I think Brooklyn Star said this, the deaconess at the church that do the marriage counseling, because my husband and I went through it at our church at Brooklyn Tabernacle, and they said that it was so funny. I'll never forget. They said, Christians, we don't fight. We have intense fellowships.
Oh.
but but he broke them down so beautifully. And I like, because Lewis is always running around like he's smarter than the average bear,
Mm.
thinking that because he read a few books, he's smarter than everybody else in the room. And Dr. Francis said, you like to give this very philosophical, 30,000-foot intellectual answer to the questions being asked instead of personalizing. The only thing we ever get from him was, well, I've been through it before because I was married before. But he never goes any deeper than that and never talks about anything going on currently.
Mm.
And when Dr. Francis called it, I left his face cracked. And we all know that Tiffany is here for self
Mm.
because she checked out of that meeting the same way she checked out the marriage.
Damn. Okay.
But anyway, that's all I had left. Guys, glad you're back.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Let
that.
me know about this show.
I will.
Let me know about this show, okay?
I will. Thank you, Adrian, for
All right,
calling
babe.
in.
Bye.
Take care. Some of these names that you guys give yourselves backstage. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our weekly recap. I'm going to turn this down. This is a little loud over here. All right. This is our weekly recap of Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville. And this is why I love when the callers call in, because you remind me of scenes and things that, you know, there's so much that happens in these shows. And especially we're talking about 2 episodes of Belle Collective and now, of course, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Yeah, that conversation on colorism with Soguchi's daughter and stepdaughters, I was like, oh, shoot, that's real in families. That's real in families, especially blended families where one might be lighter than the other. Woo! All right, let's get to some more calls. Mocha is backstage. I'm going to bring her up. What's going on, Mocha?
Hey, Kempire, welcome back.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Now with Belle Collective, with Aikisha, when she said about that ugly woman comment, that ugly thing was code for light skin.
Oh.
Because when she talked about Letitia's her friends from wherever they came from in Mississippi when they had the brunch,
Yes.
that was also a code for, you know, light skin thing, because I think she has those colorist tendencies as well because she's light skinned. So that's
Oh.
what that ugly comment was about.
Oh.
Love and marriage, I mean, that stuff that happened, that was old. We already knew what that was. But my thing about love and marriage was this: it was the before the show that was the mess, because Carlos was having a live with the 3 OGs from Love and Marriage. And I don't know who saw that, but he went live and he did the Teddy Riley 2022 thing where he couldn't get his IG right to pull up Kimmy, Tisha, and Melody. So what happened was Melody had to go live and pull up Carlos and Kimmy, but she couldn't pull up Tisha because Tisha and her had blocked each other. So, so she was live with Carlos and Kimmy. So Melody tried to say, I don't know if I have Tisha blocked. So that went through a whole thing. So they talked. So Tisha went live on her channel. So she was over there by herself talking to her fans. So then after Carlos and Kimmy they ended the live with Melody. They went over to Tisha live. So while Tisha was live with them, while Melody had her live going on, she pinned to the bottom the 7th Avenue 30% off. So over on Tisha's live, I was watching it. Someone kept trying to pin at the bottom the 7th Avenue 30% off code. They kept trying to pin it. When I tell you, I was cracking up. That thing was so funny. Oh my God. And people were, making comments and you could read it. Kempire, oh my God, it was a total mess.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess because Carlos can't, he doesn't have his nightly show, he decided to do an IG thing.
Yes, it was, and he didn't know what he was doing. Let me tell you, somebody probably screen recorded it.
I'm
You
sure.
could go on YouTube and see it. It was hilarious. Listen, it's always the comments for me when it
Yeah,
comes to people's lives.
I
People
agree.
were saying they should be, listen, I was up in there too, saying they should be fired and saying all kind of stuff. So if you can, just Google it on YouTube. People have it up there. But
Okay.
it was a hoot.
I'm best, Mocha. And it's the callers for me. Thank you, Mocha, for
Yes.
calling in.
All right, you're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. We're going to get to some more callers, guys. If you're just joining us, this is our first live show in a couple of weeks. We will be live tonight on TikTok exclusively for our Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion watch party. And we will be watching Married to Medicine as well. And then tomorrow will be the recaps of the Real Housewives of Atlanta at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. And then at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, Married to Medicine recap. All right. So let's get to some more callers. I'm going to bring up Gabriella. Hold on. What's going on, Gabriella?
Hello from the desert of Sahara.
Oh.
Because yes, you see my photo
Yes.
on Discord.
Mhm.
I am in the Sahara. I have just one place we have Wi-Fi. It's my day off for my trek.
Wow.
And it's 52 degrees here, and I do my hoodie of Kempire in the middle of the night just for you with my coldest water bottle. And
Yes, I saw that.
I do it for you guys, all the campies. And I'm very happy you are coming back. I don't see the show because I don't have enough Wi-Fi here.
I know.
It's very complicated. It's very hot. And I think you're gonna be love it to come here in Algeria because it's very interesting. We have beach, mountain, cascade, desert, everything you want to love it. And
Okay.
I love your new setup. It's very hearty and very beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gabriella. We appreciate you trying to get the best Wi-Fi to call in. You sound clear as day, though.
Yes, I know. I have AC here. It just climatization. It just, oh my gosh. I will tell you, I walk 4 days in the middle of the desert, and I
Oh.
have in the for my day, I have one shower. It just very rudimental, but I say it's like a luxury, and I love to travel, and I had a camel tour on it because you can't have a car. You need to have the camel or the dromedare
Okay,
to
Camel.
walk in the desert.
All right. All right,
I'm
Gabriella.
gonna talk to her.
We appreciate you taking some time out of your trip to call in. Have a great rest of your trip, and we will see you when you get back.
Bye bye, everybody. Bye.
Au revoir. All right. Mo Reality's backstage. So we have three more calls, and then we're going to wrap this up, guys. If you're just joining us, this is our every Sunday we have a live recap party for Belle Collective, and now with Love and Marriage Huntsville back, we've added them to this as well. Replay crew, we always want to hear what you guys have to say, your ratings of these episodes, and your thoughts on the episodes and things that stood out to you most. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already, and share the video. Sharing is caring. And we're going to bring up Mo Reality next. What's going on, Mo Reality?
Hey, Kempire, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. I'm so sorry. I'm sick.
That's okay. How's the baby?
He is good. He's sick too, but
Oh.
he's good. We haven't been outside since he had to be born in like 3 months, except for doctor's appointments.
Yeah.
And we got out over the weekend, and then boom, Monday woke up like this. So I think it's allergies. So I'm not sure.
Oh, I hope you feel better.
I'm so happy you're back.
Thank you.
I want to say it was a couple things I didn't realize about Tiffany from Love and Marriage, and it was the substance abuse from her foster parents. But also what I thought of, because I love Dr. Francis, and Carlos would be wise to have him on the show a lot more, okay? But what I didn't think of last night was like, aside from him bringing up and making her realize, or she may have known herself about the abandonment issues that she has from, her background and everything like that. I'm like, she probably has a lot more deep-seated issues that she hasn't really dealt with. I identify a lot with Tiffany's story. I grew up in the system as well. And I'm just kind of like, she may possibly have some type of identity issues as well, or not really fully feeling grounded, which is why perhaps she comes off inauthentic, to us. Like she doesn't really know who she is. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much that for them. I loved it. I loved how Kimmy was reading. Marcel's faces were quite hilarious to me because he has some of the same issues that Lou does. He does not like to be told anything. He doesn't seem to like to be told anything.
Yeah.
But did you catch the end when they rolled, what was coming for this season and the change that they made to that trailer? That the charade part of the trailer for the season, Sheree wasn't in it.
Yeah. I don't think
She
she
was in
can
it.
be.
Did you notice? No, she was before when they were
Oh.
when they rolled that clip of introducing her on the Carlos show,
Uh-huh.
and Sheree came out when they was talking about Martel and what was to come in the season. Sheree came out in that trailer. She was in it, but she wasn't
Oh.
in it last night. They just showed Kim.
Kim. Yeah. That's why I was
I was
confused. I
like,
was like, why are they showing Kim?
why they showing right? So I'm like, what happened?
Or
Did they get a call?
was it just OWN being OWN?
I don't. Well, yeah. But I was like, what happened? Like, why they take away Sheree? Did they get a phone call or something? I don't know.
Maybe Sheree
But
renewed her contract for next season.
oh, right.
Okay.
But that was all.
Okay. Feel better,
Happy,
Mo Reality.
thank you. Have a good and
You
blessed
too.
Sunday.
You too. Bye. All right, we're going to take a couple more callers, guys. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video. Be sure to share the video. And don't forget to subscribe. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to follow us there because, like I said, God forbid anything happens here. You can find us on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel, all right? But be sure to check out our visual versions of our podcast, Kempire Radio, there. And subscribe to the Kempire Radio podcast as well. All right. Don't forget to rate and review because it does matter. All right. Let's get to these last couple of calls because I got to go. It's Sunday. Look, can I get me some? I haven't eaten yet. I haven't eaten yet. It's all right. Shout out to Judy. Shout out to Judy. Judy's been a member of our channel, Royal Court member for 11 months. Thank you so much for supporting. Silence says, welcome to the Royal Court membership. Thank you so much as well for supporting as well, guys. If you would like to become a member, you don't have to, but we appreciate it. Head on over to teamkempire.com/join. Okay. All right. Let me bring up not Dr. Francis Reed, aka Danielle. What's going on, Danielle?
Hey there.
What's going on?
How are you? And
Oh, well, how are
welcome
you?
back.
Thank you.
Okay, so Mo Reality and the baby, please feel better. I am taking care of my mother and my daughter who are both with COVID. So I'm staying
What?
out of the way. Yes, my mom and my daughter have COVID.
Oh, I hope they
So
feel
I was
better.
late today. I don't know if my notes, you talked about what I wrote in my notes because I was late taking care of my patients.
No.
But the last time you were here, you asked a question. You asked, what is Marie Monroe's real name? Because I found my notes. Marie Monroe's real name is Marie Hamilton Alston.
I like her name.
Right. I don't know why she wants to be Marie Monroe, but whatever.
The wig.
Anywho, everyone, so here's the wig. That was my next note. Everyone, please advise. She's going back to her natural hair. I saw an interview with her and DJ Richie. She's back to the black hair. That's all. Everyone was praising her for in the comments, and everyone was like, praise God, from whom all blessings flow. Thank you. Because the blonde hair ages her and it's not for her. In addition to the DJ Richie's guy, I'm citing my sources.
Mm-hmm.
People kept trying to get, and I think this was a pre-recorded interview, but people want to know from Marie the situation about her son having that baby by a minor based on his age.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, based on what people were saying in the comments, when they've been asking her that on social media, she's been trying to get their pages removed. She doesn't want to address it. That's so tacky.
She's been trying to get people's pages removed?
Yes, because people have been on Twitter, and I think the other young lady said like Instagram. People are like in her comments or tweeting her, asking her about her son having a baby by that young lady, R.I.P. But she was a minor, and her son was over the age of 18.
Yeah, we were talking about
that. She has been
that.
trying to get people's pages removed for asking about that. That's not cool.
Marie.
Okay. I think that needs to be brought up in a reunion. Like, that's not cool. Okay, Belle Collective. The daughters, first thing I've realized or I thought about was only person, and I'm assuming this, you guys, so don't beat me up. Dee's daughter is the only person that's there 100% because she comes with her mother. You know, when couples get married, the mother comes with her kids. The father gets it. It's like a every other weekend thing. I'm assuming. I don't know to be true, but it seems like if that was the situation, they might not have had a true chance to really get to know each other because it seems like So Gucci and the little ponytail guy might have jumped into this relationship marriage and didn't take the time to put the kids together and let them get to know each other and build their own relationship. Because I felt like those twins were not hearing what Dee was trying to say. Dee was just telling them how she felt about the situation, and they kept telling her she's wrong. You can't tell anybody they're wrong about their feelings. You can say that's not how you intended them for them to feel, but you cannot tell someone they're wrong about how they feel, how they received whatever it was you said or whatever actions you did towards them. Respectfully, those are her feelings, and they were not hearing that. And I was upset that So Gucci and Ponytail Man were not checking them on that. If that's a problem. What else? So yeah. Tamara can go. She can just go.
We already know you're biased in that regard.
And I'm gonna stay biased. What's her face with the husband taking a video of old girl walking up and down the runway? That's because they not together. He is only on that show so she can have a storyline. They not together. Because what man would disrespectfully do that on? Well, he might, because he just does everything else to her on camera. So I take that back, you guys. Let me shut up. Okay, Huntsville. Dr. Francis has broke down the relationship piece about being 100% into it. He did that with Maurice, remember? Because he said the same thing to Maurice. He was like, if you at work, then you're not at home, blah, 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 blah. Tiff and Lou, I'm confused with Tiffany. Tiffany keeps saying she was saying yesterday she wants a baby, but yet you don't want to have sex with your husband. You think you got the immaculate conception going on? I don't understand what she's thinking. It's not going to work, Tiffany. So someone said earlier, the couples that are on there, Mel brought all these people on there because I think Mel saw in the future that once she and Martel divorced, no one had a storyline. There was going to be nothing else. So she had to bring more people on. That's why she brought the Witch Hazel doctor. That's why she brought Stormy. That's why she brought Destiny. Just think about every season, Mel introduces us to someone else because she knew in her head she was going to divorce this man. And this was her way out. But she needed the craziness on the show to keep the show going because all of them needed a cute little coin in their pocket.
Yeah, I do believe Mel does a lot of producing, like her being on IG Live during that brawl.
Yes. So we got to remember, social media was created as a marketing tool. So them doing that and Carlos making them doing it is solely what really social media was created for. We have now made it personal with no businesses and post all our business and family photos and everything on this. That's us. Dr. Francis needs to come to DC and work on the couples in Love and Marriage DC as well, because we see they got issues. Carlos, we know you're listening. Hi. Bring Dr. Francis to DC. You can put him up in a hotel up in Bethesda with a conference room, and he can have one-on-one sessions with these people. I will even call my church and get him a whole office there. Bring Dr. Francis to DC.
Okay, connect.
The when you guys were talking about Tish and Marcel, that moment, it just seemed not genuine about the friend passing away. That's why we weren't getting, oh my God, our friend like we weren't getting that, because where your friend been? Or maybe your friend didn't want to be on the show, but it just didn't seem genuine. And Carlos's live was boring. I saw it. It was whack. Yeah. Okay, those are all my notes.
Okay.
See you tonight at the watch party.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks. I hope. Damn, Daniel. Bye. I hope your mom and your daughter feel better. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. We're taking callers right now. Yes, we are back. And shout out to you. Thank you to. Hold on. Let me just say thank you. Sheila, thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you for always supporting the channel. Hope that you are doing well. She says, welcome back. You were truly missed. Thank you so much. I appreciate this. All right. And last and definitely not least, we're going to bring up Jennifer as our last caller. What's going on, Jennifer?
Hey, Kempire. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine. No wonder you have a headache. You know I'm a headache sufferer. You got to take care of that.
I know. I do need to eat.
Yes. Okay. So before I get started, I have to say I agree with my girl, Adrian. Adrian, drop mic. Every time they let Miss Marlene open her mouth, we understand why Martel is such a fool with no accountability. And it's just sad. I'm not trying to be rude, but I just got to keep it real. It's sad. I have two grown boys. Yeah. One married, one engaged, which I wish we had another fiance, but we gonna take what we
you always.
I just wish I can blink. My husband keep telling me to let it go, but I can't, Kempire. I can't. But we have two grown boys, and I'm very clear with them. Very clear with them. And the oldest one always crying to his daddy, talking about mama always taking Victoria's side. She act like I'm not her son. No, boo. I am a woman before I am a mother. So that's what you have to understand. And Miss Marlene need to get Martel right. Whatever. Oh, he gets on my nerves. But the other thing I want to say real quick about Tisha and Marceau. You know why it seems fake with the friend when they got out the car? Because it was fake. Check this out. Pay attention. Remember when they called them to see where they were? And they said they're on their way, blah, blah, blah. And then they mentioned Dr. Francis, and Marceau say, wait, Dr. Francis is there? So he didn't know Dr. Francis was there. And then when they hung up that phone, he probably lit into her butt. You see what I'm saying? Because he was like, she doesn't look well. She doesn't look happy. So he probably went off on her in the truck and then said, we're just going to put it on your friend, you know, because probably was close proximity to when her friend had passed away. Okay. But he probably got into her butt because he didn't know Dr. Francis was there. And that's what that was.
Okay.
And the other thing, I had something to say real quick. Okay, I'm so sorry. And Kimmy, yes, what she was saying to Lou and Tiffany, yeah, it was cool. But Kimmy, be quiet. Because you don't have that same temperature with Maurice. You can't come at nobody telling nobody nothing when you got a whole grown clown over there with you. Like, seriously, I'm not trying to be rude, Kempire, but I'm keeping it real. Maurice is horrible in the way he doesn't even act like a grown man when he's talking about serious situations with his wife. You know, you don't go around talking about your sex life. That's just dumb at that age. That just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You know, to me, Tiffany and Louis, of course, they thought they were the perfect couple. Everybody in their first year of marriage thinks that they're the perfect couple. You know what I'm saying?
Noted.
But it's just being brought to light. Like, they just need to calm down. And on Belle Collective, I'm going to say it. Glenn and Letitia, until you get a DNA test, leave us alone.
Right? I agree. I agree.
Like, leave us alone. And so Gucci said when they were talking with the girls, that was a heartfelt moment there with them girls. But so Gucci said that the girls had to stay with them. They all had to live together in the beginning because she said, unfortunately, the mother wasn't able to take care of them. So I think that Gucci and Raggedy JJ just threw into a relationship, and it probably was a whirlwind, and then those kids was thrown into it, and blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? With them, whatever was going on with their mom and this and that, and then everybody just throw it into a house. I'm sorry, so Gucci. JJ needs to cut those pigtails off and become a man and a father. Let it go. Let it go. Like, seriously. And I'm sorry, Kempire. I'm so glad you're back.
Thank you. Yeah. I just have to say, I agree with you. Leave us alone until y'all get that paternity test.
Because it's stupid. You sound stupid. You keep talking about he may be how grown people. Like, before you even brought that to the thing, get a paternity test, fool. Like, that don't even make no sense. They keep talking about it. And I do like Akeisha, but I do understand how she came in like that, and they were intimidated. Let's just call it what it is. You were intimidated by her. Akeisha's husband is the best. He said, what else is going on in Jackson other than infidelity?
Right?
That man, he's like the only man. He just came in. What's this, the second season?
Yeah.
And we finally get a man with some common sense.
He's from the Bronx.
And Carlos, the person that told you that Carlos did say that, he did say that. I heard that.
Oh, okay.
He did, when he was talking to Mel, he did say, I found out when everybody else, but on the interview with DJ Richie Sky, he said he called Marty to cuss him out. And Marty said, hold on, somebody want to speak to you, and gave Sheree the phone. But Love and Marriage Huntsville was boring as heck last night, other than Dr. Francis. And I understood what he said. It was only a weekend, Kempire. You can't tell your job you're unavailable a weekend, especially when you're supposed to be the boss.
At that part.
You know, You know, me and my husband leave for weeks, 3, 4 days at a time. He is the boss. And our phone says, do not call unless if it's an emergency, text us, and we'll decide if we're going to respond.
All right. Miss Jennifer, we appreciate you calling in.
Yes. Go take a Tylenol and eat.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye.
All right, guys. Hold on. Let me switch this back. If you're just joining us, we're talking about Belle Collective, episodes 6 and 7, and we're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 5. This is they're calling, at least according to YouTube TV, this is season 5 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. If you're part of the replay crew, we always want to hear what you guys have to say. And yes, I'm going to be adding things. Look, Christmas is right around the corner, so don't be surprised once you see the Christmas tree show up behind me. We're going to be doing Christmas big here, as we always do. And one of the other things that we're doing big is giving back to teachers. Guys, if you haven't already, a link is available. Mods, we can post the link as well in the live chat, the link tree that we have for fulfilling teachers' Amazon wish list this school year. So many of you shared it, bought things. We appreciate you. So many of these lists are looking skimp. And I love it. I love it. It went from a long list to being fulfilled. Our community is one of the best, if not the best. So thank you all for doing that. Help us help teachers this season with our Kempire Back to School fundraiser. So be sure to check out the link and see where you can help, even if you just share the link. Please feel free to share the link. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that was in the live chat on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and Twitter. We appreciate you. Replay crew, we appreciate you as well. Let us know your thoughts on these episodes. Here's my final thoughts on Belle Collective. I agree with Miss Jennifer. Letitia, look, we appreciate you being a little producer on the show, but if y'all haven't gotten the paternity test with Glenn and this baby, get off the show, because I'm not interested, because you're just playing in front of our faces. Okay? Tambra, you are playing in front of our faces. This relationship with Damon is not real. Aikisha, I like Aikisha on the show. I don't care what anyone says. And it's not because, look, y'all know when I say I like someone, it's because they make good television. I ain't hanging out with these people. Just saying. I think she's good for the show. And I really like her husband most of all. I really do. And Love and Marriage Huntsville. There are mixed reactions, but let me see what you guys rated Love and Marriage Huntsville in the YouTube chat. So 49% of you rated this premiere episode between 7 and 10. 4 to 6 was 41%. So a lot of you weren't loving this episode, but we shall see. Hopefully it will be a short season as well. We don't need a long season of Love and Marriage Huntsville if y'all don't have anything. But you already know the Sheree and Martel drama. You already know the Martel and Melody drama. Nothing on Marceau and Tisha, though. Tiffany and Louis, this episode was, maybe that's why y'all didn't love the episode, because it was really about them. Y'all don't even love them. I don't love them either, but I'm just saying. We also see in the preview, Kimmy's going to be going through a health scare. Oh, I hope Kimmy's okay. Because that's when reality TV gets real and it's like, damn, oh. But anyways, guys, let's continue this conversation in the comments section. Again, don't forget to follow me on all the things. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers on Kempire Radio's YouTube, almost 10,000 followers on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, some of you are just discovering I'm on Twitter and I have random tweets about random things there. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. Help me get to 10,000 there. We just hit 9,000 on Twitter. And follow me on TikTok, because tonight we have our Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion watch party, and we will be watching Married to Medicine as well. Recaps will follow tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern for our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap, and 5:30 p.m. Eastern for our Married to Medicine recap. Thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. We appreciate you guys keeping the lights on. All of these lights, all of these lights here in the studio. We appreciate you guys, and you allow us to continue to elevate what we do here on the platform. So many exciting things are happening. Can't wait for them to be revealed. Stay tuned for that. And thank you to our moderators. Our moderators is a thankless job, so be sure to thank them. We appreciate them being here to allow us to have differing opinions and still have a good time with each other. Let's continue this conversation below. I will see you all, everyone watching on Facebook. I see you guys as well. I will see you all later today for our watch party. And have a great rest of your day. Thank you to all the callers. I appreciate you guys. I mean, look, we haven't done music in a while. What do I want to play? I'm going to play something churchy? No, this is not churchy. Guys, don't forget to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. I will see you guys later.